Okay, welcome everyone to a quick series on indices. Now, firstly, what are indices? If I have this 10 here with a 3 up here, there's a superscript. The 3 is like smaller and above the 10. What that means is, that means 10 times 10 times 10. I'm multiplying 10 by itself 3 times. So this is what we're talking about when we're talking about indices. Why is it useful? Have a look at this. Alpha Centauri is the closest star to us, apart from the Sun, but it's 4.37 light years away, which is this many meters. And if I want to write this in meters, then I really don't want to write a number this big. And in physics and science in general, you're often dealing with enormous numbers, or enormously small numbers, and you have to write them in an easier way. So that's one reason that indices are useful, because you can write this as 413 times 10 to the power of 14. And this is a lot simpler and a lot easier to look at, and we can still get a sense of how big the number is because of this 14 over here. Okay, so let's look at a couple of subtopics before we move on to index laws in the next video. So index vocabulary and indices on the calculator. So here's some of the vocabulary you'll need to know. So let's say I have that 10 to the 14 number. Now, when I'm saying I'm already using this index vocabulary because I just said 10 to the 14, that's short for 10 to the power of 14. So this 14 over here is called a power. What it means is that's how many times I multiplied 10 by itself. It's also called an index. Indices, which is the topic, that's the plural of index. So if I have more than one index, I've got indices. And it's also called the exponent. So 3 words for the same thing, quite annoying, but you do need to know what they all mean, just in case you see one of these used somewhere, you'll know what it means. And finally, this is the base. The number that is being multiplied is the base. That's a horrendous A. All right. Finally, index versus coefficient. Sometimes, if you have... Now, I can have pronumerals raised to a power, which means x to the power of 2. You'll see that a lot. It won't just be one number to the power of another. It could be a pronumeral like x. But some people get these two confused. Keep in mind, one of them is x to the power of 2. One of them is, this is x times x. And this is 2 times x. So that is a coefficient. The number multiplying x, and this is a index or power or exponent. So just be very, very careful that you don't get these two mixed up, because it happens a lot. All right, last thing we want to look at is indices on the calculator. Now, if you want to enter in an index, don't worry about what's on the screen. That doesn't matter for what we're doing. If you want to enter in an index, you have to type in this button here. So you'll type a number like 2, and then you'll hit this button, and then you'll hit another number like 4, and so you'll get, from that, you'll get 2 to the power of 4. And you'll also need to Make sure you know where the square root button is for future applications as well. And finally, there's another button, which is this little one over here, which will allow you to do different types of roots. We've done square roots before, but there'll be cubed roots and fourth roots. And you don't know what they are yet, maybe, that's okay. But to get there, because it's a little green thing over here, you click Shift, and then you hit this button, and that will get you into that. So if you see the little green things above it, you access them with Shift, if you have a Casio calculator. Alright, I'll see you next time for, what is it? Index laws. There we go. Goodbye.